AJ's here with us to talk more about how earthquakes form and some facts on tsunamis.
Yeah, so we typically see the tsunami after the earthquake. It's that displacement that's caused by the earthquake that kind of creates the tsunami. So we saw the water level rise in Hawaii about 9 feet in just about 15 minutes. So let's talk about how that kind of tectonic plate, the fault line, well, they rub against each other in that upward placement. Think about kind of clapping right underwater. What happens to that water? It goes up, and that's exactly what happens just on a much broader scale when we have earthquakes. And the earthquake, of course, has to happen underwater. And that vertical push of water creates a large wave, and eventually that wave does grow in height as it encounters shallower waters. Now, this is the interesting thing, is as we talk about the speed of tsunamis, 400 to 500 miles per hour. That's in deeper water because there's less friction under the water, but they do slow down. They gain height as they approach shore. The first wave typically not the strongest. About 80% of tsunamis do happen in the Ring of Fire, which is in the Pacific, so that's, of course, good news for us here in the Atlantic, not that we shouldn't be mindful of it. How's about the largest tsunami ever in Alaska, 490 feet? That was actually caused by a landslide, so other things, even volcanoes, can create tsunamis as well. And while calculable, the complexity, short notice of tsunamis makes them very hard to predict and communicate effectively. So thankfully, we didn't see some of the water level rise that was possible with this latest go-around. But still, as we can see here, tsunamis can be very, very deadly, as we saw back there in Japan in 2011. Thankfully, this one, we haven't seen any deaths being reported, but some interesting things, tsunamis.
Yeah, really scary stuff. And obviously, we saw the water rising in Hawaii, so kind of shows you the impact of everything.
And thankfully, most of that threat has passed, so that's good news moving forward.
All right, AJ, thank you.